Yeah, we find her, the beautiful girl we've been missing. We wanna have her kissing. We find her, now we in love. So it goes out, the remix.
DMB, Tux Bites, remix.
Now if I had to lose you like a bad phone connection, I'd change my game to get a better reception. Sit back, let's start this interaction. Don't fight the feelings, just a chain reaction. Your heart won't give you the wrong instructions. Like my GPS, yes, I got the right direction. We gotta merge together like a road intersection. Last stop is gonna be my love and affection. I ain't like the mother dudes, they wanna call you shorty, but I'ma call you a beautiful girl. I took your picture home, my mama saw it, she's a very, very beautiful girl. I wanna put you in my video, cause you're so beautiful. You're a beautiful girl. So when you hear us on your radio, turn up your stereo. It's beautiful girl.
Gotta find a shorty, what's worth of a lady. It's nice but maybe doesn't look like 40. It's taking a little time. I wasn't seeing no signs, any traces of my baby. Who's gonna be my baby? But I thought I'm gonna take my time. Within it took a long fine eye. I saw a shorty passing by. She's got this very pretty smile. It was right at the bus station. I tried to make a conversation, holding her arms, feeling so charmed. I felt the sensation. It's been a while that I've been trying to find a beautiful girl. Now I realize I found me a beautiful girl. She's a model, she's so fine. I just wanna take it by beautiful girl. Sparkling eyes are killing tight. I found me a beautiful girl.
My wish came true when I saw you, girl. God must have blessed me with your beauty, girl. Looking so right from your head to your toe. Shaped like a Coke bottle with a smile of a queen. My queen to be, you my destiny. Got a body of a goddess, such a beauty, I'm impressed. And I'm never in distress. Come on over and be mine. Been searching for a man and now all the cats keep looking to mine. With a sexy walk and a sexy talk, she must be from a planet called the sexy world. I know I ain't tripping, better yet I'm thinking put a ring on the finger. We look good together, take your place in my heart. With your beauty I'ma say that I'll never turn away. Who would think I'm in love?
Such the way she smiles at me just really makes me weak. The way she speaks to me just really make me go so weak. Keep staring in her eyebrows. All I kept on saying is wow. Your beauty shines and breeze at night. All I really want in my life. Oh yeah. It's been a while that I've been trying to find a beautiful girl. Fine brown eyes. I found me a beautiful girl. She's my model, she's so fine. I just wanna take it. Beautiful girl. Sparkling eyes, killing tight. I found me a beautiful girl. Yeah, beautiful girl. What beautiful girl, yeah. Beautiful girl.
Damn. Money. You seen her? Hot Ice. Have you seen her? LP. Have you seen her? I'ma go over to Tux Bites. I know you've probably seen her. He has a lot of beautiful girls with him. Tux, it's DMB, baby. Look.
Beautiful.
I look for a while, but I can't seem to find a beautiful girl so I can make her mine. Time after time, I've been searching for a while, but every girl I meet never seems worthwhile. What can I do? I pray to God for an answer. I feel pains in my heart like cancer, and when I find her, I'm gonna romance her. Lace several presents and gifts. Call me Santa Claus. I make a heartbeat pause. That's my girl, homeboy, not yours. The girl of my dreams, she's more than I ever thought. Show me ass and culture. I think I'm getting punked. She's what I really want, so I'ma go get her. Since I'm a go getter, you know I'm gon' get her. And I will give her the world, anything for my beautiful girl.
Psych. Ooh. It's been a while that I've been trying to find a beautiful girl. Fine brown eyes. I found me a beautiful girl. She's my model, she's so fine. I just wanna take it. Beautiful girl. Sparkling eyes, killing
kissing, make love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.
Man of prestige. Ha! Now this guy win. Now you win. Now you win today. Now you win. Now you win. I agree. Man of prestige. Now man you be.
I'm sure some people will be jealous now the way I talk about Ola, but I have learned a lot from him. That's why I keep telling you to follow him. If you don't follow Man of Prestige, now you know.
All right, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back. On a day. All right, great. Audio is good. D-Love, Alpha, how you doing? Shewa, how's everything? All right, hit that like button as you're coming in. Do me a favor, hit that like button if you're a replay gang. Let me know in the comments when you do come back to watch the replay. I will appreciate that. Today is some serious lessons. We're about, let me see, a couple of stories to cover. It's going to be fun. But we do have a title topic, which I stole from Auntie B's wall. All right. Yeah, about 6 stories. All right. It's going to be fun. As usual, we're going to have a good time. All right. Let me do some house rules really quickly. Shout out to all my sponsors. Of course, D-Love, Gore's Corner, Show Mama, Open Floor by Tima, Film Girl, Adesua, Natu, and Richie. Thank you so much. We're looking for a sponsor for today's show. My name is Ola. I come to you live from my Empire Pro Studios. Basically, we cover trendy topics and we extract relationship lessons, particularly from a self-power, social, art of seduction, attraction, and emotional intelligence standpoint. If you haven't downloaded the book, feel free to go to Love and Prestige. You can download this one right away, and then you get on the waiting list for number 1 red flag. But you can download Get My Marriage Back immediately. All right. So make sure you do that before it's too late. Okay. All right. What else? Oh yeah, there's something that I wanted to, let me upload this really quickly so I can show you really quickly. There's something I also wanted to show you as an advertising. I am actually the coach, so if you're looking to pivot a little bit, if you're looking to pivot in terms of career-wise, you're still looking to get into tech, you want to work from home, but also you want a chance to be able to work for yourself, okay? There's something that I want to share with you really quickly before we continue. Let's see here. Remove. 1 second. Okay. Now you guys have probably heard a lot about AI. So AI plus digital marketing. Hold on 1 second. Let me share this. Share my screen. Okay. There you go. Okay. Now you can see. All right. Let me make it bigger so you guys can see. All right, so AI plus digital marketing workshop plus book is free. Get ahead of the competition with our free workshop, 6-figure W2 careers, okay, many job opportunities, which we'll cover in the workshop as well. 7-figure 1099 opportunities. If you're in the United States, you should know what that is. And W2, it just means W2 careers, you get paid for working for other people. The 1099, you get to build a business for yourself with this same skill set. $1,000 scholarships, resume workshop, interview prep, unlimited mentorship, continuity plan. This is not one of those training where you go through a training and then they kind of leave you hanging to figure it out on your own. You have unlimited mentorship and a continuity plan. You can join the WhatsApp group by simply going to, and also it comes with a free book, of course. You guys know I'm a writer. That's one of my books right there. Okay, it's actually this book right here. This book right here. Let me, yeah, this book right here. Okay. So, digitalmarketingcertified.com is how you join the WhatsApp group. That's the first step. Join the WhatsApp group. Okay. All right. So I wanted to share that with you really quickly before we continue. All right. What else? Yes. Let's just get to today's story. Let's do some justice for today. Again, you can download the other books from loveandprestige.com. All right. And without any further ado, let's get to today's business. I'll be right back. All right, welcome back. Shout out to all 4 of you watching me live. I appreciate you. D-Love, shout out to you. I appreciate you always. All 7 of you. Again, right now, do me a favor. Hit that like, share, subscribe. Turn on all your notifications so we can ping everyone else into the room so they can be part of this conversation. All right, so there's a story of this guy, Steven Jackson. Steven Jackson, have you guys, okay, so another ex-NBA guy. There's something about this NBA guys and marriage. They love marriage, but they can't figure it out. It's a struggle, you know. Yeah, there's some kind of struggle with they don't, you know, I guess probably for obvious reasons too, right? Let me see if I can put this picture to the screen so you guys can see what I am talking about. All right, this guy right here. Yep, that guy right there, Steven Jackson. Okay, but there's a story here on Instagram. I'm just gonna read. Okay. The wife, the person you're looking at on the screen with him, had some things to say on Instagram. Something with regards to prenup. Okay, Chiye Alpha, welcome. How are you, my sister? Welcome, welcome. Roro, hello, welcome. All right. So there's something that was posted by the wife. I'm not sure if it's the wife. Let's just get through it together. I'm actually going to just read. It's a long thing, but maybe we'll get some lessons out of it. Okay, let me just even share this. Let me share like this. Okay, so I'm just gonna read. Okay, there was somebody posted something and she took a screenshot, and on the right hand side, her name is Tammy. She's basically debunking what the story, what they said, something with regards to prenup. You know, and there's a lesson that I'm already feeling from it that I'm like, you know, let's see. This is them right here. So I think I think they're still married, but you know, it's a lot of men fantasizing about how prenup is going to protect them. You know, I always try to tell them, even women too. Yeah, women too. Men or women, it doesn't matter. Okay, prenup will protect your money. It doesn't protect you. Okay. If you don't understand that, ouch. Do you guys get it? No? When I say that, prenup will protect your money. It does not protect you. Do you get it?
You get it? Okay. If you don't get it, forget about it. All right.
Do you get it? Okay. It protects your money. It doesn't protect you. Okay. And even the money part's only to a certain extent, you know. But let's see what they're talking about. There's this long thing here. Okay, interesting, right or wrong, and I quote, interesting, right or wrong. Retired NBA star Steven Jackson walked away from his marriage to his fiancée. Okay, so this is a fiancée, Imani Showalter, after she refused to sign a prenuptial agreement. So the other person, the wife, no. He walked away from his marriage. He walked away from a wife because the person refused to sign a prenup and got with this fiancé, which is Imani Showalter. Everything is alleged here, okay, but there's a chance it's all true, right? No No smoke without fire. Anyway, after she refused to sign a prenuptial agreement is a legal document that two people sign before getting married, mostly for the rich to protect their wealth. See, like I just said, it protects your money, doesn't protect you. Okay, indirectly kind of protect you, but not really, because most of you get into these situationships emotionally. Okay, you make that decision emotionally. Might justify the BS with logic later, but it was actually an emotional decision. Okay, that's why it's a move of faith. Okay, where is a move of faith? Yeah, precisely what it is, right? So the only thing you can do is position yourself to win. You can't just tell myself I'm just going to win because I'm intentional. No, you need to position yourself to win. Okay, because as far as you are concerned as a human being, you're just like the rest of us. It is what it is. Okay. So the son, mostly the rich protect their wealth. He's worth over $20 million in cash, with businesses, properties, and exotic cars, and wants his hard-earned money wealth protected before getting married. Many stars have lost their hard-earned wealth to the woman that they married through divorce. Its purpose is to specify the division of assets and debts in the event of a divorce or separation. It can also address other issues such as spousal support and the rights of each partner during the marriage. The basketball player revealed that the two had previously agreed that they would have a prenup. However, when they received the document, she mischievously delayed signing it. A month passed. Ladies, if you like a guy and he presents a prenup, don't delay signing it. Hand it over to your own independent representation to represent your interest. You can still like this person. Have a good negotiation. Enjoy it. Have them put it together. It protects you as well. No, not you, like I said. It protects your money, right? If you don't have any money, it kind of protects you, but financially only, okay? It really doesn't protect you from everything else, especially the biggest variable of them, which is your emotions, okay? A month passed, 2 months before the wedding. I'm like, we need to get the prenup signed. So when we get down there to Houston, we ain't got to worry about it. I told her that like 2 or 3 times. Jackson also said that she had another issue. She was adamant about a particular pastor to officiate the ceremony. Yeah, if your man has to argue about who's gonna officiate your wedding ceremony, yeah, those issues are deeper than that. Okay, that means you're getting married to a person who doesn't really subscribe to whatever you subscribe to from a faith standpoint. Ouch, that's a bad idea. Okay, the pastor tried to manipulate him by telling him, wait, let's go back a little bit. To officiate, okay, he explained later that when he told the clergy that he would not marry her if she didn't sign the agreement, the pastor tried to manipulate him by telling him, let God handle it. What? Okay, let God handle what? Jackson said that the pastor made it clear that he didn't believe in prenuptial agreement. That's even worse. That's clearly a pastor who is not well educated. Anyway, that doesn't mean they didn't go to school, by the way. Okay. God is telling me to put the pen in her hand and make her sign this goddamn prenup. I take care of many people, and God is telling me to I take care of many people and never gonna let one woman control all the hard work I've done in my life. Yeah, this doesn't look good. The issues are deeper than this. The issues are not even the prenup. It's never really the prenup, okay? Yeah. Sometimes it's the prenup, but people would argue and will still sign it even prematurely, even without representation or proper negotiation. They will sign it anyway if they really like a person enough. But when they don't like a person enough, when they're not really friends, right? When they have deeper issues, they're subconsciously looking for reasons to call off the wedding, right? Rightfully so. Anyway, None of this motherfuckers was in the gym with me. So I told myself, no, he didn't want this girl. He didn't want her, right? Like, imagine you like a person, you're about to do life with them, and you're talking about them in this way. No, something is off. It doesn't make any sense, okay? Yes, including money is not a good reason to talk about them like that. In fact, your friends would need to usually your friends would need to tell you, like, no, you need to get that thing signed. And you'd be like, I think I'm okay. I think I trust her. That's the kind of vibe you're operating with. Even your friends are like, no, you got to protect yourself, right? And you're like, you're right. I got to protect myself. Babe, we got to protect ourselves, Let's just call your representation. I get my representation, and we get this thing signed. And then we go on to really have a bliss in life, right? It's just like insurance. It's just like insurance. No big deal. Just to protect, just in case, just in case I run mad and I start to take advantage of you. Get your own representation to make sure that everything is represented well. But what is he talking about? He's talking about, nobody's going to take my money. I work too hard. I'm going to take care of all those people. He forgot that he's going to have to take care of the wife he's getting married to at the same time. Did he forget, or he really just doesn't like her? That's the question, right? Anyway, so I told myself, whoever I'm married to, she is signing a prenup from top. It's not even a second guess. All right. So now let's get into the real story. So Tommy is the new fiance. Okay. Apparently, well, she's not married yet. Maybe they didn't get there yet. But this news came up in Black Enterprise. And I was like, you know what? Let's talk about it, right? GSA, if you have this type of deep issue, you shouldn't marry one another. Thank you. That's all I'm saying, though. Like, why are you talking about marriage with this person if this is the vibe you're moving with? Like, people that don't have any affection, they don't have any fiance, they talk like this on the internet, and I don't judge them. They don't have anybody. They're not in love with anybody. So I'm like, okay, let's wait until you're in love with a person. I will never be in love. I'm a stoic, masculine man. Like, yeah, exactly. You will say that because you're not in love with the person, right? It makes sense, right? Anyway, so superstar Tommy comes back and said, to clear this old news up that keeps magically resurfacing, this is not about me. Right story, wrong woman. Okay. It was an ex-fiance of my husband's from like 20 years ago. Okay, so this is a long time ago. How old is I'll be curious. Let me see. How old is Steven Jackson now? Because he's a veteran. He's 43 years old. Okay, so he's 40. No, that's not him actually. That's the wife. Apparently, let me see. Steven Jackson is 45 years old, born in 1978. That sounds like somebody who played basketball once upon a time. I think it's done. Let's see. I'm trying to see if he's still playing. Okay, it was done. His playing career was 1997 to 2014. That makes sense. Okay, so this was a long time ago. Okay. All right. So now let me read what she said. Let me continue what she said. Let's see. All right. So again, just in case you missed this, let me do this really quickly. If you missed this, there is a free class. Okay. That will be running very soon. So you want to make sure that you register for this. Hit the like, share, and subscribe, by the way. Okay, you can register for this by simply joining the group. The group is at digitalmarketingcertified.com. If you want to break into tech, or you're looking to pivot, you're looking for something that has a little bit more freedom, you can work from home, and you also want the chance to be able to work for yourself. You want to be a content creator, social media, search engine optimization, those kind of things. If you're looking for that, especially in this artificial intelligence world, this is one of the easiest things to break into. 6-figure, 7-figure, 1099, 6-figure W2 easily. So you can join at digitalmarketingcertified.com, and also that will come with a free book. Okay. All right. So just wanted to drop that really quickly. All right. So let's continue. Back to the story. So to clear this old news up that keeps magically resurfacing, this is not about me. Right story, wrong woman. So 20 years ago, she said, yes, from like 20 years ago, and that's not an exaggeration. Anyway, so it makes sense that a much younger man at the age of 25 will run his mouth like that. Don't get it twisted. There are older men, 45, 46, 47, 59 and a half, that talks like that, okay? Just want to warn you ahead of time, just in case you encounter them, okay? All right. Anyway, Steven and I have been together for 8 years since 2015 and married for almost 2 years now since December 5th of 2021. There was never a prenup mentioned to me. There you go. Not before our wedding, during our wedding, or any other time in our whole relationship for that matter. There is somebody right now saying that is stupid. Well, I understand. Financially, you can call it stupid, right? It's like not having insurance. If you have a lot of money, it's like not having insurance. But like I said, it only protects you financially. That's all, okay? So people claim, a lot of men try to claim that men are hurt more because of the financial hit that they get from divorce. It's a lie, okay? They are hurt more because they are hurt emotionally. Break fast, heartbreak. Okay, that's the most reason why they're hurt, not the money. Anybody who made money before can make money again. Well, exception of basketball players, but in terms of being a business owner, yes, if they made money before, they can make money again. Is that a reason to now give your money away? Well, the question is, are you giving it away? Is that actually giving it away, right? So how are you defining giving it away? Because again, negotiation skills before, pre or post nup, or in between nups, is negotiation skills. You have to negotiate sometimes, right? But if you're leading with your emotions, of course you'll be terrible at negotiation, just in general. So maybe the document will make it easier for you, but the reality is that some of those documents get thrown out in court as well, if it's not fair enough. Or if it was signed under duress, or if it was deemed to be signed under duress. The only way you can protect yourself is emotional intelligence. I'm warning you right now, is emotional intelligence. Everybody cares about something, including yourself. And if you continue to disconnect from that idea, yeah, you will end up in a poto always, like the rest of them. It's no doubt in my mind. Even after ironclad, constructed, disruptive prenuptial agreement. Back to square one. Let's get back to it. Anyway, so she said there was never a prenup mentioned to me, not before wedding, during our wedding, in our whole relationship for that matter. Some people will consider that stupid. I can't say that that's stupid yet. I don't know what I don't know. I don't know anything about their relationship, so I can't say that's stupid. I think it's stupid to speak about people's relationship that you don't know anything about. I think that one is stupid. But let's continue. Prenup he required. I'm not sure what kind of contract prenup he required in previous relationships, but the word prenup was never brung. See English. Brung to me, not one time. Okay. I think brought to me, it still sounds a little bit more English. But anyway, let's continue. Would I have signed one? Yes. But Steven knows what we have is real love. He knows I'm nothing like the rest. Therefore, he knew a prenup wasn't necessary with me. See, when a man knows, he just knows. Well, some people might argue about it. Well, those people thought they knew too. No, those people end up in a poto. Those people end up in unnecessary toxic arguments. Oh, it's necessary, I guess, with a person they once loved, right? Meaning they lost all their cool, calm, collected CCC masculinity frame, so they can't negotiate in and out of prenuptial agreement. It didn't matter. Even when their lawyer tried to protect them, they didn't listen. They were all consumed by their emotions. So when she gets consumed by the emotions as well that you bring to the table, she helps you multiply it, and then the judge will look like him. The judge will like, I gotta protect the woman and the child. Yeah, but I didn't go to the gym with her. The judge like, good for you. You didn't go to the gym with her. You should have taken her to the gym with you, right? So This is what we're talking about today. We're talking about Steven Jackson. All right. So, but she continues. I made it to through and past the altar with him, strictly on love. So I could care less about anything from his past. It's 2023 and y'all talking about something from 20 years ago. No, this is fresh for those that are talking about it. This is very, very fresh for them. Don't get it twisted, okay? If they are talking about DNA paternity fraud right now, it's fresh for them. Don't get it twisted, okay? The only thing you can try to do is disconnect from yourself from it and say, that's personal issues. What? May I help you? Oh, personal issues. You keep it moving the other direction, right? There you go. So for those people wasting their time commenting on such old news, Steven and I are happily married with no prenup, no child support obligations, no strings attached, nothing, just pure, genuine love. So y'all can keep entertaining and living in the past if y'all want. But as for Steven and I, that story is old and irrelevant. We're busy writing and creating stories and memories of our love story. Love always, Miss Tamara Jackson. I just wouldn't be the one writing this if I were her. I would, if it was necessary at all, he should be the one writing it. But that was that story right there. I just wanted to share that with you. Also to bring the lessons. Sure, please, by all means, if you feel the need to do a prenup, do it. Just, educate yourself about it. Make sure you have proper representation, okay? It protects both of you financially, okay, from a financial standpoint. But it will never replace the work that you need to do on yourself emotionally, so you can protect yourself emotionally. Because breakfast is not your mate. If you collect breakfast or you dish it, you will collect. Okay, either one, it doesn't matter. Of course, initially, in the interim, like short term, the person who collected breakfast is the one who is feeling the collection, but everybody collects, including the children. All right, so let's move on to the next story. I think that was a good one right there. I will be right back. All right, guess who's back? Let me see here. Not this one. This one. Guess who's back? We're talking about Tia. What's her name again? Tia Mowry. Is it Mowry or Mowry? How do you pronounce that? Tia Mowry. Tia Mowry. She's like the gift that keeps giving. She will not stop. She's the gift that keeps giving. All right. But I think it's good because at least you can get some lessons, especially for you ladies out of this. Okay. We can get some lessons out of this. Absolutely. This is Tia right here with her ex-husband now. They finalized their divorce. The guy came out and said, listen, I love this guy, by the way, from at least what we can see on the surface. The way he's handled it so far, I love it, I started covering it a while back when I noticed his demeanor with regards to his self-awareness with regards to how he showed up in the public, right? But that was just a one-time event. I was very clear at that time that there's no one event that determines how a person behaves all the time. He was just very snappy at her and stuff. And I said, well, if you do enough of that, you'll lose your marriage. Lo and behold, not too long after that, he lost his marriage. 14 years marriage to Tia Mowry. Tia Mowry wanted to get out there and have some fun. She wanted to be free. Whatever language she used, she wanted to graduate from a 14-year university of marriage. All right. But that was the story. Anyway, that was a while back now. But she's been doing some interviews. And the honest truth, let's be honest. Okay, there's nothing she ever says that will be good enough for the public. Okay, but anyway, before we continue with that, again, let me do quick pay bills here a little bit. We have this thing going on right now. It's a free class. If you want to join the class, it's free. It's a free workshop. AI plus digital marketing. It's a free workshop. It comes with a free book as well. You guys know it's one of my books. Okay, digital marketing certified. Get ahead of the competition with our free workshop. 6-figure W2 careers. We're talking US dollars. 7-figure 1099 opportunities. $1,000 scholarship. Resume workshop. Interview prep. Unlimited mentorship continuity plan. So if you want to be a part of that, just simply go to www.digitalmarketingcertified.com. All right, let's get back to the story. So Tia Mowry, let's play this video and then let's react to it together. Let's see.
How hard is it in the dating world now?
Oh my God.
They said, how hard is it in the dating world right now? And she goes, I don't envy her. But anyway, let's see what she has to say about that. It says, the caption says, former sister star Tia Mowry regrets leaving her husband. He quoted me, now men want sex right away and high value men are the prize. Ouch. Let's continue.
What is it like out there for
Do we
a
have
single
a
woman?
shot of tequila? No.
She need a shot of tequila,
No,
huh?
I haven't been single for 5 years, so
Huh?
I don't know what this world is like out there. But I know it. But from what I see and from what I hear, it is tough.
It is very tough and it is exhausting. Like,
It's exhausting.
I'm gonna throw the towel in. Someone had told me, and I wanted to be like, no, I disagree with you, and I don't want to believe it. My last relationship, when dating was, when I was, dating this person, it was beautiful. It was amazing. It was wonderful. There was courting that was, involved. And I was saying how I feel like that's no longer, present, meaning like people just don't court each other anymore. And this person was like, well, that's old news. Like people just don't do that anymore. There's just this whole new way of doing.
How hard is it in the dating world?
Like you mentioned tradition, and I think that's where it kind of needs to go back to, where a man is.
All right. So she's saying it needs to go back to tradition. When she was graduating, from her marriage of 14 years, as opposed to, something went wrong. I don't know what it was, but I'm learning and I need to heal. And I pray that my ex-husband to be heals, because our children matters. I love him, but something was not working. I don't know what it was. Instead of saying that, she's like, well, sometimes just some graduation just happens. Like, wait, graduation for what? Is that what you said on your vows when you got married? Well, she did say that, but anyway, now she seems to be. She didn't use the word regret, but she seems like, at the very minimum, she did not expect what she's encountering. She didn't expect the experience she's having in the dating scene right now. Might we call it unrealistic expectations? Well, not exactly. If you were courted when you were dating 14, 15 years ago by a fine young man who was obviously 14 years younger, right? Who was trying to figure out life. In fact, according to their story, you gave him a ride from the set. He was also a young upcoming actor and all this kind of stuff. And you were already a superstar because you were a child star. Give me a ride. You fell in love with him. But, at some point, growing pain creeps in. And unfortunately, you can't manipulate people into staying in growing pain, right? You can't. You only them know what that felt like. But now, if you're telling us this story later on that, well, he courted me, he was absolute, and then did you not? Okay, I guess you don't really prepare for what it's going to look like before you exit the marriage, right? In fact, if somebody tried to explain to you, you probably couldn't listen, because whatever pain you were going through in that period, you couldn't comprehend. What do you mean? People court people, and now you found out that they don't court people, they just want to smash. They just want to smash. Now, I'm actually now. That's a different, complete topic because I want to say, like, who are you arguing? Who are the people you have been hanging out with? It is true. People are more sexually liberated, right? So they don't mind, including women, expressing like, you know what? Let's just smash and keep it moving, right? Are you surprised? Oh. Actually, whatever reasons that's making them do that is the same reasons why people are quicker to exit when there's growing pain. Okay, it's the same reason. It's called evolution, or is it devolution? Or it's just knowledge. You have options. Why not exercise the options, right? But that's what's going on right now. Okay, let me see. Chinye say graduation call, graduation ni. She never experienced. No, she never. I need that. She did not experience it. Absolutely not. Why is she commenting it and making this bigger? She should have ignored this noise that will be over in 2 days. I don't think she's commenting on it. Are you watching? I think she's watching the past show. Okay, let's continue.
Courting a woman and showing her, how much he appreciates her and wants her and loves her or wants to be with her. They have this mentality right off the bat that there is someone else. Do you know what I mean? Like there could be someone else.
Is it that they're the prize?
They don't.
Yes.
We talking deep here.
Wait,
Get into
that
it.
they're the prize?
God, that the man is the prize.
The man is the prize.
Yes. I'm talking loud. Yes. Also,
she said I'm talking loud.
Anyway,
here's the thing. We don't know. It's a lot of manosphere lames celebrating this right now. As usual, it's not a big deal. I think it's unrealistic expectations for her to know. Okay. Oh, in the comments, let me see. The comment. I see. Thank you. I haven't looked there yet. I see. Like, okay, it's of course no one is coming out of a 14-year. The person that's coming out of a 14-year, I don't think people just wake up one day, contrary to popular belief, and just say, well, this marriage is going so well, I'm just going to leave. No. See, all these other comments are assuming that. And that's lame. There's nobody that just wake up and say, hey, I'm just so bored. Let me just leave this marriage. It doesn't make sense. If it makes sense, what really doesn't make sense is why would you marry such species of human beings or get with them or take the risk of marrying them if they're going to do that? I know what you're about to say. Well, that's why we're not marrying them anymore. Stop the cap. Stop the cap. Stop it. Stop the cap. I don't believe you.
Stop the cap.
Okay, I don't believe you for 1 second.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying?
You're still marrying them, okay? You're marrying them, and there are specific reasons, you might be oblivious to it, why somebody would just wake up and choose to leave. What you refuse to understand is that reason doesn't have to be your fault. It doesn't have to be your fault. Okay, because when you hear what I just said previously, you assume I'm saying it's your fault. No. Why are we bringing that to the conversation? We don't know whose fault is it. But there's a reason. There's a reason. And it makes sense to me that they're not thinking they're going to date ever again if they're coming out of a 14-year marriage. They might even tell themselves, like, I would never, like, no, how come we? I would never. Right?
Hey, what's that? How come we?
Right? Just like you say when you leave, when you feel like you collected breakfast from a woman and she takes all half of your money, all half of your 50 million kobo, right?
Oh, beauty. Oh, beauty.
The last thing you want to do is to be thinking about dating a woman or anything like that. Maybe smashing, maybe objectifying them, but not thinking courtship, right? So it makes sense to me that she wasn't thinking courtship or anything about, well, she never experienced it. The reality hits everyone. Either you know it, either you were ignorant or not. There's consequences in life for our actions. There's reactions to all our decisions that we make, and we have to be willing to live with it. So I'm not exactly surprised. I'm more looking at you sideways if you're surprised that she's saying this. Of course, she had no idea what she was getting into. right? She had no idea what she was getting into. And I'll bet you people are trying to bag her right now. It's just probably not what she wants, okay? She's probably afraid too. She's probably scared. Imagine somebody coming out of a 14-year marriage. You think they just want to jump into anything? She's probably just finding this conversation a little bit more fun than, than the typical, So, I mistakenly played it. But anyway, hit that like button, I beg. But Patrick, how are you, sir? She looks younger and beautiful after 14 years. Something is deep and would need therapy to step into fresh water. Yes, sir. That's absolutely correct. It's not as simple as, she's regretting now. She should have never left her marriage. No. It's not as simple as that. In fact, let me play this bite from Tasha K, another blogger who had something interesting to say about the whole thing.
This is real irritating. This is what I don't understand, right? Because now y'all all in my DM. And I can't do too much walking today because my dress walking up. I know y'all are hopeful in love. Because y'all watch too many movies and shit. Y'all think there's a real knight in shining armor. It's not. It's just a black man. They saving white women, Asian women, black women, and everybody. That's the knight in shining armor. Okay? That's who gonna come save you. Now, Corey, a lot of people say I'm male identified. No. I'm family identified. But I told
All right, so she's right about that. And I decided to play this because I wanted to see the other side of things, right? I already spoke to the one side. People just don't leave marriage just because. Something happened. There was a damage somewhere that none of them could handle. Okay? She gave up, at least from what we can see, right? But there's this other side to the conversation that we need to keep having. She said people call her male identified. No, she said I'm family identified. I am as well, right? Because there's no there's no one man that makes a forest. It just doesn't exist, right? So now that doesn't mean people should stay. Again, there's a balance here. It depends on the specific story. That does not mean people should stay in toxic situations. But from all indication, from what we can see thus far, it didn't seem like a toxic situation. But just because he was begging for his wife to come back does not mean that he was such a competent man. It doesn't mean he's not a good man. I think he's a good man. But in terms of competence, it probably was lacking in that area. And sometimes it's just too late, okay?
That there was nothing outside at all. When she decided to divorce her husband for no reason,
you see how she said for no reason? This is where she lost me, right? That's where she lost me, right? Now, there's a lame man that will tag onto that and hold on to that and think that, yeah, thank you. Like, no, it's never for no reason. You're shooting yourself on the legs when you say that. You're shutting your brain off. You're saying, there's nothing else I can learn from this situation. You're hurting yourself by doing that, okay? You're hurting yourself, okay? Remember, it's not necessarily your fault. But when you say for no reason, you throw your hands in the air and say, right? You're not going to learn anything in life if that's how you move, right? There's a reason. There's a reason why the scientific labs never give up. They never give up. There's a reason. What else? Why? Why this? Okay, this is the answer. Okay, why that answer? Why? There's a perpetual asking of why without blaming themselves for where the society is today. Where society is where it's at, because it's right here, right now, right?
He wanted touchy, but didn't want to cheat. Let's not act like we didn't know what it was. She got bored. She was like, I'm 40.
She might have gotten bored, but now that is a reason, though. Okay, that is some women do get bored, and that shows up in all types of ways. I don't feel fulfilled. I feel like I lost myself. They can't really put it into words. That shows up but those are reasons. Those are reasons. She's a woman. She can't say for no reason. That doesn't make sense, Tasha K. You're not in the marriage, right? If somebody says, well, I just want to leave the marriage for no reason, even they are the one saying it, you should look at it like for no reason. Interesting. Tell me more about that. What do you mean no reason? and they will keep talking. There's a reason. There's a reason.
There's got to be something better outside. But then guess what?
So the grass is greener on the other side syndrome is a real thing. That is a reason, right? But it's also because the grass on the inside, something happened there, right? It's not necessarily your fault, right? Maybe ojukokoro, maybe covetousness, okay? But there's a reason, okay? Something happened. And the way you react to that becomes additional reasons. Still not your fault because you don't owe anybody. We all came into this world differently as different people, and we're going to live separately too, right? I don't know if you're aware of that, right? But that's still a reason, right? But when you start with there's no reason, it makes sense that your next the direction you go will be off. Because if there's no reason, then she's just been evil. Well, if it's just because she's bored, isn't she evil? Well, welcome to the real world. People do get bored, okay? And when they get bored, if they don't have a good sense of purpose in life, if they're surrounded by the wrong influence, congratulations, you played yourself. Because that's your wife and that's your reality, even though it's not your fault. And your children involved too. Welcome to the real world.
Go ahead, Tia.
How hard is it in the dating world now?
Oh my God!
For a single woman.
Shot of tequila? No. No,
From what I hear, it is tough.
it is very tough and it is exhausting.
It's exhausting.
I want to throw the towel in. Someone had told me and I wanted to be like, no, I disagree with you and I don't want to believe it. My last relationship when dating was, when I was, dating this person.
I think we get the gist, okay? There are two sides to the story, okay? I'm going to leave it at that. There's two sides to it in this case. Tia and Tamara. Number one, yes, women need to be very, very careful nowadays. Influence is real. The influence of the media is real, okay? The grass is greener on the other side because somebody is watering the grass or the grass is fake. Okay? Well, there's something I just brought in. There's a variable I just brought into that. Watering. Okay? Right? Water your own grass. Okay? If the land is completely spoiled, as in like Sahara Desert, somehow, some way, what do you call it? Global warming happened to it and the land is no longer good or something like that. Yeah, I can rock with whatever, but make sure you do proper assessment of that, because if you don't, like I said, that grass that's greener on the other side, is because somebody is watering it or it's fake, it's synthetic, right? And that is a real thing that's happening everywhere right now. On the flip side of things, okay, people just don't leave marriage just because there's no reason. No, don't start like that. If you start like that, you're going to overreact in the wrong direction. And sometimes the way you react may be the help someone needs. It could be you as the man. Help someone need to repivot. Let me calm down. Let me take a break. Let me take a sip of water, a cold shower, something to rethink what's going on with me. Maybe it's not our fault. Maybe it's not my spouse's fault. Maybe I need to get my stuff together. Maybe I've lost my direction in the last 5 years. Maybe there's postpartum. Maybe there's depression. Maybe they ask further questions and not conclude at grass is greener or she's just been evil. Either of those two reactions will create more problems, right? If you think she's just doing it for no reason, you will help yourselves destroy your family. If you think the grass is greener on the other side, like even if it's subconsciously, right? A lot of times it's subconsciously. You now realize, I just feel differently when he talks to me. You feel different when he talks to you. Well, keep moving in that direction, okay? You're going to probably regret that move, right? Because everything looks exciting when it's new. right? Everything is exciting when it's new. When you don't really know it, everything is exciting. Everything in life is going to be taken for granted when it's readily available. After all, your wife, your husband is right there every day. So it makes sense that you start taking them for granted, right? You start to feel like there's something better somewhere. That is a real thing that's going on, and nobody should ever be in denial about that because it's going on, okay? However, how you react to when this kind of thing shows up in your marriage is everything as well. Some people are just in a very weak place. Are they right? No, whatever you think is the situation. If it's right or wrong, you are right. Either way, it's not relevant.
Well, you're right.
It's not relevant if they are right or wrong. That's your spouse. What are you going to do about it? Okay? You have two choices. Just give in, tell them to go their way, or you look at the decision, assess the decision, and start to work towards a better tomorrow, right? And if you do anything outside of those two things, it sounds black and white. It's not black and white. You're going to collect too. So I don't know. That's your marriage. It's not my marriage. It's yours. You're going to have to do some work. It's not going to be as simple as, let's just call them wrong. They're wrong for what? Let's just call it spade a spade. Call it wrong. How about you just collect? Okay. People will do all the wrong things if it feels right. Okay. They'll tell you, Shabi, you don't shame me. Shabi, you don't already call me names. Well, I'll just do what I have to do, right? We all will do that if it becomes a survival issue. Okay. So if it becomes a survival issue for your husband to leave you for no reason, then that's just what it's gonna be. Well, that's wrong.
These nuts.
They don't care. They don't care.
Don't care. Don't care. Don't care. Still don't care. I don't care. I don't care.
Anyway, let's get on to the next story. I'll be right back. All right, welcome back. So I have a question for you all. Oh, let's talk about this question. It's $150. You know, me, I've been out of the game for 16 years. Okay. The dating game. Okay. Is $150 enough? That's the question I'm looking at right now on the shade room to take a woman out on a date. Ladies, answer me. Is $150 enough to take a woman out on a date? Now, if you're in Nigeria, I know your answer may be skewed a little bit, but bear with me, okay? Is $150 enough to take a woman out on a date, right? Is that enough? What y'all think? While we're doing that, while we're going through that really quickly, let me share with you what we have going on here again, really quickly. We do have a workshop that we're running right now, okay? And that workshop is the way you can secure a place for that is by simply going to digitalmarketingcertified.com, okay? It's AI plus digital marketing workshop plus book. You get a free book as well. This book right here, okay? You get a digital copy of it for free, okay? Get ahead of the competition with our free workshop, the 6-figure W2 career, 7-figure 1099 opportunities. That means you can run your own business. $1,000 scholarship, resume workshop, interview prep, unlimited mentorship, continuity plan. You can absolutely do it from the side as well. But if you want to pivot into a new career that's very much inside of tech as well, This is your opportunity. You can join the WhatsApp group as your first step at www.digitalmarketingcertified.com. Let's get back to the story. Is $150 enough to take a woman out on a date? Let me see. But Apache said we all have a low moment in our relationship, so we should be careful in making decisions on breakups or divorce. Every marriages go through struggles. Absolutely, sir. I have to keep saying that because I noticed that's getting lost in the noise a lot of time these days. D-Love says $150 is decent. Chingy say more than enough. Hey, Mo Fresh, good to see you. So you think it's more than enough? Let me see what they're saying on Shade Room, and then I think we might be able to, after that, get into the story of the day or the question of the day, which I stole from Antibe's platform. Let's see here. Okay, so, all right. Homie in a Hellcat. Isn't this the guy that stole a bunch of stuff? Anyway, he has something to say. He says $150 is what I normally tip a great waitress for a dinner or two. Scam artist. He's trying to scam somebody right now. So no, it is not enough in this day and age. Now, if you're locked in, McDonald's will do. What do you guys think about that comment? Let me see. I'll show you. This is on the Shade Room. Let me read that out to you again, okay? This guy, he was recently charged for stealing a bunch of money from a telecommunication app or something like that, for copywriting and stealing a bunch of people's content and selling them for millions of dollars. He was convicted for that, I think. I'm not sure if he had to go to jail or pay a fine or something like that. This guy right here, Omi in a Hellcat. Yep, it's a content creator, 1 million followers, right? All right, so, but anyway, he has this to say. He said, $150 is what I normally tip a great waitress for a dinner of two. I'm not sure what this has to do with us, okay? Because I'm not tipping a waitress $150. I don't care how rich I am, okay? Just for tip? I mean, they must have done something. What did they do? What else did the waitress do, right? Now, if the waitress served the whole table, and we paid about $900, $1,500, right, waitress can get $150, right? But why would I need to tip a waitress? And it's probably a good chance she's not serving the whole table by herself, right? But depending on what kind of restaurant too, right? But what does this have to do with us, regular people? Absolutely nothing. Who is it flexing? Thief, right? It could make sense. Anyway, let's continue to some real. I'm just wondering, let me see under here. Somebody said you're not tipping $150. F out of here. You look like you don't tip to keep it. Someone said, nigga, you locked up right now. You getting some other kind of tip? Oh no. This is wrong. Is it locked up right now? I think it's locked up, right? That's what if you know this guy, I think it was locked up. I'm not sure. So you're getting a whole lot of different type of tip. Oh my God, that's just wrong. But Patrick said that guy is Osh Poppy's brother. I think he's actually locked up right now. Let me even check. Let me check. Omi in the Hellcat. I think it's easy. It should be easy to check. Let's see. Yeah, like they came and packed all of his cars and all that kind of stuff. I think something. Let me see. Omi in the Hellcat. Let me see. Feds auctioning. So 4 days ago they were auctioning all of his properties off. The feds were auctioning stuff. Imprisoned YouTuber. This was 5 days ago. Let me show you this news. So somebody's commenting for him. No wonder he's talking about $150. What is he talking about? See, this is how they mislead people, right? Check this out. On some Top News, imprisoned YouTuber's high-end car collection to be auctioned off in Maryland. This is a few days ago. Multi-million-dollar car collection. Right? Omi. Let me show you who I'm talking about so you guys can have an idea. Just in case you come across it in fear, you say, hey, listen, I was on Men of Prestige, And I learned about this guy first time. Let me see. Let me see. Yeah, he was in the news and everything. Yeah. Let's see. This is him right here. That's him. Actually, I think he was here in New Jersey too. I think he was here in New Jersey. It was, yeah. Yeah, this person we're talking about is completely broke and locked up right now. So of course he will be running his mouth on the shade room. But anyway, let me not go too far. Let's go back to shade room, right? So on shade room, the comment continues. Yeah, that's plenty. A date is whatever you make of it. That's a good point. A date is whatever you make of it. That's a lesson for you gentlemen, especially, because you put yourself in this headlock and then you come here and be telling us that these women didn't want to. No, it's you. What kind of women have you been attracting, right? She better be putting extra shots in my drink. Wahala. It's easy for a thief to blow money like that. A wolf money, now. Yeah, I'm glad they grabbed. Yeah, I think it's in jail. Actually, but sometimes they have people commenting for them from jail, and sometimes they do have phone that they take in. Sometimes they give them computer access too. Yeah, his name is Omi in a Hellcat. Omi in a Hellcat, like literally hell. Yeah, so that name will tell you a lot, right? But he was balling, you know. I think he stole content through some technological. He was a technological person and started selling them. He sold them for millions of dollars. He got caught and then he got taken to jail. So this is a good point right here, that a date is whatever you make out of it. The ones saying no, that's why you're single. See, the ones saying no are single. Right? Because they probably it's not only that people set unrealistic expectation on other people, they also set it on themselves oftentimes, right? They do that to themselves a lot of times. So I say, hell, give me some of your time, a good vibe and a good conversation, and that's a date. Okay. Now some people will say that, and then they start demanding, but that's minority. Okay. That's, again, I have to look at you as a man and say, where are you picking these people up from, right? One of my friends actually told me a story once upon a time that, somebody was acting like a brat. I was like, well, if they're acting like a brat, there's only one thing to do. Finish the date and take them back home and stop spending money in that moment, right? Well, somebody decided to pick a restaurant. She decided to pick the restaurant that she wanted, and it was one of the most expensive restaurants in town. So, well, she does not want to follow. She does not want to submit. She wants to lead. Do you want to follow? If you don't want to follow, then don't interact with that kind of person. That agency is still on you, right? That's like most of these women, like, no, stop the cap. That doesn't make any sense. There's not enough money to contribute to that type of behavior. Okay? Not especially in this economy, right? Somebody said, for me, it's more than enough. I can afford a $1,500 date, but any woman who isn't grateful for $150, see the angle he went. Any woman who isn't grateful for $150 doesn't deserve any more of my time, money, or energy. It's about the connection and experience, not the price tag. Anyway, that's all nice and dandy. Again, a woman who isn't grateful for $150, that would never be my problem. That will never be my problem. Like, that would not be a part of my lingo because I can't relate. I can't. Right? A woman who is just, I'm so much on a date already with her, and we did $150, and she said it's too cheap. I would have been able to tell long before we end up on that date. But, the spirit of discernment these days is... It's in the poto. Somebody said you should get change back, yourself. Oh, hell yeah, shorty. Let the good times roll. The sky's the limit with this $150, shorty. Okay. Yeah, I don't care how much you spend. I just want to have fun and let it be pure. So a lot of times there's a disconnect between it's enough and there's an experience. You could spend $10,000 on a date. If the experience was terrible, of course you might come back and say she was not grateful because that 150, well, you spent your last card, the $10,000, right? So you counted on the fact that it was such an expensive date and you thought that should equate to experience. If she had a terrible experience and you spent $20,000 on a private jet ride across the nation, oh boy, can't help you. Don't collect me that. That's on you. You did that. Okay? You thought money equal to experience. You thought money equal to value, right? No, it's not. Okay, it's not. So, and if you don't listen, if you don't get what I just said, it's gonna take a little bit more.
You get it? Okay. If you don't get it, forget about it. All right.
It's gonna take a little bit more than this session right here. So let me see here. Let me come to the chat, Jerry. But Patrick Sokwe, I just took my wife out for our anniversary in one of the newest best restaurants. Amazingly, only $54. I'll be with Apache. But you know what they would tell you? They said, "But you been out of the game. You don't know what's going on out here." Like, okay, I don't know what's going on out here. Okay, all right, I hear you. I don't know what's going on out here. I know enough to know that you're complaining about how much it costs you to go out on a date. Okay, I know enough to know that you've been attracting people that you have no business attracting. Check yourself. Check yourself. Just letting you know. Check yourself. But yes. Let's move on. Let's move on to the next story here. I think we have some other things to cover. Yep. And I'll be right back. So, as you know, the Mohbad story is slowing down small by small, but Nigerians are still catching cruise with the story. And oh, listen, Nigerians are undefeated when it comes to smiling and suffering. Nobody do it past us. You know this now. Yeah, you know this. So are they trying to say that married people no longer go on dates, Abby? No, it's just to a large extent we are out of touch with a lot of things. That's a fact. For the most part, on a general scale, I'm not, because I listen to all this conversation all the time, so I'm not. What I'm hearing is that you're complaining about something you said I don't get, and I'm saying, well, what you just said makes sense because you did this, did that, and you're still complaining that, right? So, but y'all can have that. I say to them all the time, right? So, but on a general scale, a lot of married people are out of touch with what's going on in the dating scene. That's actually a fact, for obvious reasons. They just make sense. They're not on the scene, right? So now back to what we're talking about. So this whole thing, Mohbad, Nigerians are catching cruise with it, and there's this video that I want to play for you. But before I play for you, I'm advertising something aggressively right now. So just for those that may be coming in between, I want to make sure that you get this, okay? AI plus digital marketing workshop plus a free book, all free. Get ahead of the competition with a free workshop, 6-figure W2 career 6-figure 1099 opportunities, $1,000 scholarship, resume workshop, interview prep, unlimited mentorship, continuity plan. Join the WhatsApp group at www.digitalmarketingcertified.com. All right, so let's get back to this really quickly. All right, so Gist Lover posted this, and this auntie has something to say about a visit from Mobad. Let's get into it.
Hello, my people. This is not cloud chasing. It is not chasing of cloud at all. It's the fact.
It is not chasing of cloud at all. It is the, what did she say? She said it's gonna be the fact. Auntie said it's the fact. I don't even know what she's going to say yet. I have an idea, but I'm hearing it. I just read caption before now. Right? But she said it's the fact, right? When you call something a fact, right? That means in this moment you can't change it, right? And hopefully you can back it up with some numbers, some kind of empirical data. Right? She says the fact. Let's continue.
Mobad visited me yesterday.
Mobad visited her yesterday, and this is the fact, okay? This is the fact. Mobad visited her yesterday. The first line after she said this is the fact is that Mobad visited her yesterday. I can't. Wait. She said leave her alone. No, I'm gonna leave her alone after we finish this one. She started wrong. This is not cloud chasing. It's the fact. Okay. Auntie go explain tired now because already there's no evidence. Zero.
We go explain because no evidence.
And we have a lot of things. We discuss a lot to learn of recent situation.
We discuss a lot to learn. What is she saying? Okay. She's okay. Okay, let's continue.
Thing that is happening now. He told me at first. I called him Mobad.
Oh, they discuss a lot at length. Okay.
He frowned. I said Mobad. He said Imole, and I said Imole. Do you know that the Range Rover you just bought was delivered to your mom, but your mom rejected it? It was angry. He said, why? Why would she have to do that? She'd have collected it now. I said, no. I said, Leleni, maybe the woman she's scared though. Nigerians now will start insulting her that she's collecting Range Rover. She's not feeling the pain of the losing of her son. So someone quickly replied me there that no, the mother was just pretending because she needs the money back, not the car. That one aside. And I told him that, Moba, do you know Ikorodu people went to your family house yesterday to say to protest? He said he was there. Mobad is presently at Ikorodu. Believe me, this is not cloud chasing at all. Is the
wait. Is it the cloud chasing or chasing? Why must she say cloud chasing? Does she have to say cloud chasing at all? Is this necessary? What kind of play? What kind of play is this now? These people. Let's continue.
The fact, Mobad is at Ikorodu watching everybody movement. He's told me that he was there. He started laughing. He said he saw his people shouting at the front of his daddy's compound. Honestly speaking, I swear with my life.
Are you stupid? Are you a crazy person? You dey mad? You know me before? Who be this one? Who the f are you?
All right. You know when you are laughing and
that was what he told me. Mobad is at Ikorodu presently, smiling at everyone. And I told him that Ramali and Sam Larry are in police custody. He said yes, that's a little relief. That was his reply, a little relief. I say, wow. I say, okay, Mohbad. Your friend has been declared wanted. He said they just have to get that boy. That was what he told me. They have to get that boy. That aside. And I told him, and I asked him this, Mohbad, Imole, because he said he don't want Mohbad. And I said, Imole, tell me the truth. Is Liam your son, really your son, or Sam Larry's son? That the whole world, they even said you are aware of this before you go, before your death. He shied away from that question. He refused to answer. It's mine. I said, but Imole, tell me the truth. Is Liam really your son? He didn't reply. To show you that Mohbad's wife have questions to answer to the general public. I asked him that Sam Larry said he sent 2 million to your account. Mohbad says Sam Larry is lying, that there is no transaction of money between.
You know, at this point, the police does not need to do any more work, right? Everything she's saying confirms what the public has been thinking, right? There's no need for the police to do any more work. They should just park all these people and lock them in Kirikiri for life. Before I let her continue, pardon me, we're talking about Mohbad. Mohbad passed away. It's a Nigerian rock star, superstar, Afrobeat, was upcoming. Unfortunately, he passed away September 12th. And sadly, there's been a lot of drama around his passing. He was buried within 24 hours. Quite suspicious behavior. Just a few days ago, we found out that he had a quack nurse, a fake nurse, with outside of a clinical environment, injected him, in an attempt to treat him. Injected him with 3 injections to treat. He was in a fist fight, so he was bleeding a lot. So he lost his life from reaction. Okay, from as far as directly what happened is concerned, the police are still investigating. So this person is telling us what they saw, or Mohbad's spirit, something visited her in the name of Mohbad, Imole, and she's giving us the story, and that's what this is about.
Dang.
Okay, it was actually done. She was done. That the freeze say, how come no one saw him before he pied? Wait, what? Wait till be this one like this. Let's see. What in the hallucination is going on here? Seems a few people develop mental health disorders as a result of this young man's death. Oops. Please, how can I slap? How can I slap her through the screen? Oh, wow. Homo. Let me help. Let me come to the chat, because you guys have gone. She was clout something, I don't know. Please don't leave her again, because so I shouldn't leave her. Lab, now rubbish you won't talk. Oh wow. Okay, we needed that before we get into the last topic of the day. Spiritual appearance nonsense. But it's spiritual. You can't argue with anything spiritual. It is what it is, we are clear. She didn't say spiritual, but we're clear that this person has passed and is no longer with us. So clearly she's operating in the spiritual realm. So we can argue with it, right? In the spirit or in his flesh, it has to be spirit now. She's trying to claim she's in her flesh, but she must have been in the spirit too, which is kind of weird. But cloud chasing, cloud chasing. Oh Lord, Ola, you dey whine me. We dey catch cruise now, Baba. We have to try small now. People don't like too much serious talk. Be careful as you dey swear with your life before. Yeah, she was swearing, which was why I gave her that. I'm just done. Ola, who was in Kechi Blessing passing that? Oh, that was a very dark man. Actually, that was very dark man. Yeah, she was passing at a very dark man. Let's see. Mohbad's wife owns absolutely nothing to the public. I beg. What? She's trying to paint a picture. She told you everything she believes. That's what she was trying to do. But you know, if she says she saw somebody in the spirit, I can't argue with that. How could you argue with somebody who saw somebody in the spirit? It doesn't make sense to argue with that. It's the spirit, right? You can see anything in the spirit, right? My sister, I'm rolling on my bed. This is Yoruba woman. Is too. She said, how do you know she's a Yoruba woman? I can't tell. One chance, everybody came out of nowhere. I wonder I can see lotto numbers. Listen, this will yeah. So, oh yeah, parain. You said parain. I thought you were trying to type spasm, but yeah, same thing. Listen, this auntie again. Nigerians, they're giving up on the story already. Eventually the police were like, you know what the police is saying right now? Police like, police like this. They go there, all right. Just let them go another 2 weeks. Okay, I'll give you 3 weeks. Okay, I'll give you 5 weeks. It's gonna be over. Okay. All right. So, but the ones that are catching crews, of course, this one is very hard for them to rest, especially if you, especially if they are getting attention. Anyway, I'm done. I'll be right back. All right, welcome back. So there's a question that Auntie B, shout out to Auntie B Obodoyinbo TV, of course. She posted a question. Let me find a fine picture of Auntie B and put it on the screen. Let me see. Auntie B has I'm looking at a picture of Auntie B here. I didn't know she was sick, or was this COVID or stuff? But no, let's use this one. Anyway, we thank God for life. Anyway, so Auntie B, right? Auntie B, this is Auntie B Obodoyinbo TV. She posted a picture of a question on our wall, and I thought we should talk about it. Allah, you should be able to tell by her accent. Now your sister now. Me. What do I know? Even my own accent is gone. Sometimes when I hear myself, like, is that me talking? Just leave that thing, Jerry. Anyway, so Auntie B posted a question on our wall, and I thought it was a very interesting question. More importantly, some of the responses were quite interesting, and I thought we can learn from it. But what I found, I asked my wife the question, and then our answer was quite interesting too. And I thought we should come and talk about it. And here's the question. I guess somebody sent a DM. The person says, "Dear Auntie B, how are you doing today? I have a question which I'm certain will be of help to many other people out there with regards to setting of standards. Here it goes. How do you as an individual set high standards if you started off with low standards in a romantic relationship or marriage?" All right, before we get into that, let me just do our shameless promotion here small. We're promoting this class, this workshop, plus access to a digital copy of the book. It's called AI plus Digital Marketing Workshop plus book. Okay, and let me just hide this for a second. Get ahead of the competition with our free workshop: 6-figure W2 careers, 7-figure 1099 opportunities, $1,000 scholarships, resume workshop, interview prep, unlimited mentorship, continuity plan. Oh, by the way, hands-on project as well, hands-on projects. so you can gain experience, because obviously most of these jobs require experience. Yes, I will be teaching this class, absolutely. So it's available for free. The classes are available, the introductory class is available for free. You can join the WhatsApp group at www.digitalmarketingcertified.com. All right. So I wanted to bring that up. Now let's get back to the question that somebody was asking Auntie B. Let me post the actual question so you guys can see it. Here's the question on the screen. Okay. All right. Yes, they will get access to a digital copy of this book as well. I give digital version of my books away for free anyway. So, but that's that right there. 18 years experience is what I does. Okay, so we're sharing some of the knowledge, especially right now. Things are super easier with AI being a part of the equation. Okay, and we have a whole framework. Okay, so. But yes, the workshop is free. But for now, just go ahead and join the workshop. Join the WhatsApp group www.digitalmarketingcertified.com. All right. So now back to the question, Sha. Dear Auntie B, how are you doing today? I have a question which I'm certain will be of help to many other people out there with regard to setting of standards. Here it goes. How do you, as an individual, set high standards if you started off with low standards in a relationship or marriage, right? So what do you guys think? Let's get some answers from you. What do you guys think? What y'all think about this? So what would you do if you was now? I'm going to read some of the comments, okay? While I'm waiting for some of your answers. I know I said I found some interesting class, so you guys are like, you want to know what my answers are, right? Okay, all right. Let's just get into it, okay? My original answer was from 23 hours ago. You can see here that I posted. Let me make this bigger so you guys can see. You can see there that I said 2 words, change management, okay? But then my wife said something that I find quite interesting, okay? Now, there's a lot of people that left some theses here. Okwikilamo says, I think the real question you should be asking yourself is, are you willing to let go of the relationship marriage if your partner is not willing to accept your new terms and condition? Setting a higher standard means change, okay? So that person is kind of agreeing to what I said, change management, right? And people usually find change difficult, right? Right, especially if you have unrealistic expectations about change, right? Challenging to adapt to, like human beings in general, right? If you have a good partner, be patient and gracefully as you gradually set your new pace. It's always good to have a conversation as you navigate through the challenges you might face together. Either way, it's going to be difficult, but you have you first. Accept the fact that you are the one setting a higher standard. Oh, that's a good angle that she brought in right there. That's a good angle. Like you are the one setting the higher standard, right? That's a good one. Your partner might be happy just the way things are. So be mentally ready to decide if you are ultimately willing to leave that person behind as you endeavor in your new journey. Good luck. I think that was a good answer, right? Now, I was a little bit triggered by this one right here that says, are you willing to let go of relationship marriage if your partner is not willing to accept your new terms? See, the let go part, my brain just zoned in on that. I'm like, wait, what? Why are we talking about letting go? Listen, she doesn't, no, don't even bring that up, like, right? Why do you want to bring that up, right? So I was like, but she made some good points in there. Hey, Obiajulu, how are you? Welcome. Long time. Chi Andrew says, greetings, sisters and brothers. We must all bear in mind that growth is a natural occurrence and change is inevitable as it complements each other. For one us to evolve, we must embrace change. Yes, you settled for less when you were young in your mind, in your thought process. how you saw yourself, any your judgments then. As time elapses, you have allowed yourselves to evolve through learning, altered thought processes, social clique, this, etc. This begin to have positive impact in our lives and result in what we call change. There's a verse in the Christian Bible which goes thus. 1 Corinthians 13:11, King James Version. When I was a child, I spake as a child. I understood as a child. I thought as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. All of these are embedded in time. Interesting. And please note, time also changes and speaks. And the language of time is success or failure. So if you started by setting for less, you allow yourself to embrace positivity and your new result, which is a higher standard. I applaud the new you. You embrace the validated you. Shalom. All right, good points too. I'm not sure if we really spoke to the question. Let's deal with the question. The question is, how do you as an individual set higher standards if you started off with low standards in a relationship or marriage? That is the specific question. Let me see Auntie B's caption here real quickly. Auntie B say, how can you set higher standards in a relationship? The question, right? Autos can be upgraded, but most people are resistant to changes, especially when the status quo favors them. If the foundation is wrong, what's the way forward? Any thoughts? This is a very good question too, right? Let's see here. Maureen says, setting standards from the beginning is always the best thing to do. That's already wrong, by the way. Literally, people are not capable of doing that because of what this person said earlier. Change is inevitable, right? So whatever standards you set, it's a moving target. So why would it be the best thing to do if it's a moving target? So that already is not adding up. Anyway, let's continue because maybe overall. However, if you have already started with low standards, then it's up to the other partner to accept the new standards or reject it. Yeah, so can you imagine being an employee, right? No, an employer, right? And you have a time clock. This is the example I give my wife here. You have a time clock on the wall. The time clock is paper. You slot it in, it prints the time you slot it in, and then you put it in the shelf. And that's how the managers pick it up. Some of you don't know what I'm talking about because you did not work in the 2000s, okay? But that's how the managers do the time clock, right? But today, nowadays, they say, well, you just have to be on the Wi-Fi. You're clocking on your phone as long as you're on the Wi-Fi of the network of the company, or you're clocking from one of the terminals, the computer at work, right? Can you imagine that, right? And then, you're still using the paper time clock. And then the company CEO said, well, screw all of you, I'm changing it, right? And they just change it, accept it, or you leave. Imagine if that's how they address you, right? You might not be able to leave because you need them temporarily, but that kind of culture, eventually they will run that business down if that's how they operate, right? So the idea that it's up to the partner to accept new standards or reject it, I wish it was that simple. It would be nice and cute and obvious. I just do that and everybody will be happy thereafter. Nope. In fact, I'm not even saying. See, now the obvious answer here is that, well, we know it's going to be difficult. No, it's not just that it's going to be difficult. If this is your mindset about deploying change into your relationship, change that you deem to be necessary, if your mindset about that is that your partner should take it or leave it, right? You will make things worse than they need to be, is the point, okay? It's not just that, well, it's already bad. No. You make it more difficult than it needs to be just because of that mindset. But let's continue. The person says if they accept it, then fine. In case they reject it, then you will have to choose to lose between your new standards or the person. It really doesn't have to be a hell story. It doesn't, okay? This is where methods comes in, right? Ladies, you do owe it to yourself to learn seduction skills, okay? You owe it to yourself to learn how to communicate. You owe it to yourself to have emotional intelligence, social intelligence, to come from an empowered place rather than defeated, rather than accept that, like imagine, like even though it's a fact that change is inevitable, but it's difficult, right? But if that controls your brain, if you already have it at the back of your mind, like you will never accept anywhere, do you understand that that would drive how you move? That would drive everything. Like you will attract what you fear the most. Are you aware of that? Okay, let's continue. Let me not call the names, because these are some of our families too, right? Hello fam, my 2 cents is that lots of people are naive and sometimes afraid to lose a relationship and never set a standard at the beginning of this relationship. That is true. That is true. They just dance to the beat of their partner. Dance to the beat of their partner, right? I want to tell you that doesn't have to be a bad thing, right? It could be a bad thing. It doesn't have to be a bad thing. The way that's said is like it's an absolute. It's always a bad thing. No, that doesn't have to be a bad thing, right? After all, the whole relationship thing is a dance, right? All right. They just dance to the beat of their partner. Years into this relationship, they realize that they are being controlled by their partner. When they decide to set their standards, problems emerged. Such relationship which leads to separation and many times DV. Okay, she told us what we already know. Let's see what to be answered. It says lack of standards that made her change her own name to appease the man in the first place. The real question is if we can make her change your name before. Wait, is there a name? Interesting. Anyway, change your name before marrying her. So weird. Yeah, that is weird. Now that's more to that story now that I wasn't privy to, right? Somebody made you change your name and you didn't want to. Anyway, well, Muslims they don't change name. They give you a Muslim name, right? But what else is he going to change? Definitely a recipe for premium tiers. Okay, there's more to that story that we're not privy to, that I can't see here. Okay, but let me come to the chat. Pardon my manners, I beg. I'll come to the chat really quickly. I think this is already becoming interesting. Hit the like button, share, subscribe. It's not about, Brother Patrick says, it's not about setting standards. Your leadership role in a marriage or relationship will determine your standard, whether high or low. That is a good point, Brother Patrick, because this standard thing, right? Let me go ahead and just share what my wife said to her. Right, I asked my wife this question. Did you see what had to be posted? She said yes. I said, so what do you think? High standards, low standard. If somebody wants to set a high standard, if they started with low standard, my wife said, is the person standard? Are you a standard? Right? Let's first of all start from there, right? And that's a real question. Like, what do you mean by standard? What do I mean? Context. Can you tell us a little bit more? Where is the rest of the story, right? Submission follows value. You see that? You like the new t-shirt? I just noticed it. Right? Where's the rest of the story? What do you mean? Just because you use the word standard, high, low, does not mean. With respect to what? What is high? What is low? It's like somebody saying, well, it's 30%. 30% of what? What are you talking about? 30% of what? 30% of people in Nigeria, their DNA came out negative. 30% of what are you talking about? What is low standard? What is high standard? With respect to what? Who gave you the standard? What standard have you and your husband subscribed to? What faith do you guys follow? Who is your God? Who is he referring to? Let's, first of all, if we're talking about marriage, you'll be in a typical marriage, you'll be referring to him as a leader, right? Who is he referring to, right? Are you in a position where both of you are referring to the Most High? What low standard, high standard? Killer mean, auntie, killer me by standard, a high standard, right? Well, Auntie B kind of hinted a little bit there. Somebody made you change your name. Well, we need to know more of that story too, right? So she said, are you standard? Like, are you like, what are we talking about? Right? But let's continue, Sha. You know. She said, you remember the time called, there will be resistance. There will be resistance, change management. That's why they introduced change management in the professional world. Even the professional world is only in romantic relationship that we are extremely disrespectful to the principle that literally guides all of us, right? It's only in romantic relationship that we do that. We don't do that anywhere else, right? We don't do that anywhere else. But let me see here. Obiajulu says, I think whatever standard that is set should be a baseline and it improves from there. Yes, so that's a good word to use too. What is the baseline? What do you mean standard? Can we get into some specific examples of how this plays out, right? It's like somebody says somebody is controlling. I still want to know what you mean by controlling, right? Like if somebody behaves as a, well, that's controlling because this person will receive this behavior as this. There's a frame of reference, right? Which is what we call baseline, right? What is the baseline? What is the, sometimes baseline also changes, right? With time, the baseline has changed from the last quarter, 3 months, to the next 3 months, right? For those of us that like to talk about numbers, right? It's a moving target. So we shoot blanks in so many directions a lot of times that we never get anywhere, right? So if you change standard right now, who is the standard you are changing to? Have you been talking to some friends that really know nothing about your relationship? Are you trying to set those standards in your relationship with that? Because they also tend to forget you all the pushback they got. They tend to forget you everything that goes into that, right? And definitely they're not going to understand what it means to have change management. Right? So what is low or high standard depends on both people. Yeah. So even let's say you are the one leading in this case, you know that you've been feeling, so let's just assume that you're absolutely correct. This sounds like a businessman. Yeah, in real life. This is real life. It's only in romantic relationship that we don't assess these things in this way. We just expect unrealistic expectations. We expect things to just happen just because we want it, right? And that's not real, right? So let's say, for example, let's say she's absolutely right. I'm trying to look for an example. Let's say, for example, she changed her name and she never really wanted to change her name, but he changed her name. Like, your name is this today, but she kind of went in there and took it and ran with it anyway. And she said, well, that's my name, my husband there. And then let's say 5 years down the line, there's been a series of other controlling behavior, and now she felt lost. She felt like she gave in too much and she's losing her mind, and she feels like she's clustered up in a house somewhere, and she feels like she needs to set a new high standard, right? So let me assume for the first time that, you know what, I have an idea what you're talking about. You're right. You shouldn't allow anybody to walk all over you like that, right? The number one thing I should tell you is that it's what's the word? It's a word I'm looking for, right? People don't change unless they're incentivized to change. It's difficult to change, like so many people have said, right? It's a very difficult thing because when we enjoy, not even the word enjoy, when we're comfortable, it's more like comfortable. A comfortable zone is a comfortable zone unless there's pain, pleasure, right? Pain, pleasure, problem, solution, right? Gravitating away from pain, gravitating towards some kind of pleasure or relief. That's the only reason why people change. Get off their butt, because obviously it's a sense of relief for moving, right? That's what will make people change, right? So if you're in a relationship of any sort with anybody, it should start with a communication, right? It should start with expressing yourself in words, in clear words, right? And oftentimes this is a very difficult conversation. It's not simple because they will push back. Why did they push back? Because remember, you've entertained the status quo for a long time, so they're going to push back. So this is all going to drive us back to expectations. You need to manage your expectations around what the pushbacks are going to be, depending on what we're talking about. It depends on what we're talking about. How much change are we talking about? Are you saying, well, I don't want to drop the babies anymore in school every day of the week? I know you travel, but you need to figure something out. What are we talking about? Exactly what are we talking about? It needs to be specific. The language is too general. It's too general. It's too much of an attempt to oversimplify very complex issues, especially when we're talking about marriage. People's lives are interwoven together, especially when there are children and stuff like that. It's not as simple as, well, I set high standard, deal with it, or F off. No, that's terrible. Terrible solution if anyone has suggested it, which we got one already. But no, it's not that simple. But let me get back to it. I think there's some more comments that I thought were quite interesting. Let me see. I think they were quite, but it's an interesting conversation nonetheless, because people are dealing with it. They feel like, well, I've set low standard. I need to set high standard. Set the high standard. Be the standard. Give yourself that standard before you ask another person for that standard. If there's responsibility around family involved in that situation, then there's need for change management. There's a need for having a conversation. There's a need to negotiate. There's a need to compromise, right? If you think you're just gonna ask for higher standard and somehow it's no compromise, well, I've been compromising too much. Yeah, it's not gonna be that simple, right? Anyway, so specifics. The specifics is what we need to be able to answer this correctly. Any form of generalized answer will probably hurt them more because they will interpret it from a generalized view, right? And they will interpret it in a way that it suits their need or what they think their need is in that point, what they want, basically, right? And it might not be beneficial because there's a reason why a person is asking that question. They've gotten pushback before and they're trying to set the high standard and it's not working out well, right? So does this person know how to read real-time feedback? When a person pushes back, when you're trying to set a new standard for yourself, let's say it's a healthy new standard for yourself, right? When that person pushes back, do you know how to read and interpret their pushback as data, as real-time data that you can actually use in your favor, in your relationship favor, right? Or you just say, well, he's not taking it, he's controlling, right? Wait, what? You got one pushback. No, it's happened 3 times. It's the same type of pushback 3 times. Did you read that feedback? Did you interpret? Did you get the help of professionals or wise counsel to help you interpret that data so that you can know how to reciprocate or to offer something that can maybe some level of compromise? Do you know how to do that? If you don't know how to do that, no, you shouldn't be having this conversation. You need to first of all seek wise counsel, right? And then we'll take you from there. Let me see. Somebody says, I'm reading this as setting boundaries. Exactly. That's what she's trying to do. She's trying to set boundaries. And there's nothing wrong with setting boundaries, but it will go wrong if you don't know what you're doing. Okay? If the other person sees boundaries as low tolerance, boundaries will end up in poto, right? And just leave. You just have to choose between leaving and no. It's not black and white. It will never be black and white either. If you turn it to black and white, you will collect. Woto. Okay? I'm reading this as setting boundaries where there was none to start with. In order to do this successfully, please be sure that you understand what your boundaries are. Great point! Right? We need to know what the standard boundaries, we need to know what they, no, forget me. You need to know what that is. You need to have clarity on what you're asking for. Does it make sense with respect to everything else that's going on beyond just your emotions? Right? Because if you lead with your emotions, you know that's obviously lack of emotional intelligence, right? That's not going to work out well for you and everybody else, sadly, right? That's a good point. And why you have them, why? You set these boundaries, why? After you get that why, ask another why 3 times, 3 layers of why before you try to set any kind of crazy standard that's probably coming from a place of selfishness. Maybe not, but maybe so, right? Understand yourself and how you want to be treated. Also understand that your partner may react negatively to your new boundaries, or this may result in the end of the relationship. Emotional growth and intelligence is crucial in any relationship. Shout out to Mars Sieta. They are great books on setting boundaries. All right. Yamotoni said, do start dropping the new standard in a piecemeal and keep evaluating, keep evaluating, right? The pushback, you get a little pushback, you read that. Don't overreact, right? There's a good chance you will have an urge to overreact because you're setting a new standard for a reason, right? Obviously, you didn't like your existing situation, right? So if you don't understand this as a process, patience, time, then it's going to backfire because you might overreact and to make things worse, right? Evaluating if there are expected results. Yeah, what are your expected results? Manage your expectations. If you notice the expected changes are not forthcoming, you need to go to the round table to discuss issues you want changed. The only constant factor is change itself. Don't accept something that hurts you. It results in resentment. Listen, I have no doubt that this question is coming from a place of something has to change, right? I have no doubt. But I think the way people are handling this these days are just going completely left for the most part. But Apache says it's all about compromise to make relationships work. If we are too bent on our standards, there won't be marriage or relationship. That's a fact. It's all about communication and know where your partner is coming from. That's a good point. That's a why. Why? If your partner is acting a certain type of way, why? Why are they acting that way? It's because they are just evil. Really? There should be only one thing you should be wanting to do if they are just evil. Are you playing?
Are you playing? What type of playing is this?
If you want to just leave, it shouldn't be. But I'm guessing you're staying because there's some kind of value in staying for you. All right, let's talk about that. Okay, it's a negotiation, it's compromise. Okay, it's a dance, precisely, right? And yes, there's at least one person thinking they're dancing to the other person's beat. This could just be the reality of life. We have things to worry about, like real life things, children, bills to pay, right? Not just about your feelings. I'm saying that because I'm not married to you. A man should not be just saying that outright to you when they're in a marriage with you, right? It's an understanding that should happen. It's a level of understanding that should happen. And if you're the one that's trying to you're trying to orchestrate some kind of change, then you need to be prepared, right? To manage your expectations, you need to be prepared to give your partner to express their expectations, because that's data for you. That's real-time data for you to evaluate, right? You need to understand that, those two things. If you can do that, and then obviously change management, like I said earlier, is still a real thing. What does that look like in a relationship? It's actually self-work, okay? You just understand that there's going to be some change, there's going to be pushback, it's going to be tough, it's a process, right? But it's going to be for the betterment of everybody. It's going to be better for all of us, right? And if you're part of that relationship, that romantic relationship, you're probably not going to be able to pull it off by yourself. You need support systems. You need support systems to pull this off. If you're the one that's already holding some resentments in, I won't blame you if you overreact to certain pushbacks. It's normal that you push back because remember, you're going through some kind of pain and you want change. Like now, that will effectively become manipulative behavior and you don't know what you're doing. Like I always say, just a lot of people that don't know what they're doing, right? So I'll be very, very careful. Okay, back to standard. Kill me by standard, auntie. Okay? Standard, boundaries, tolerance level. What are we talking about exactly? Can you be specific? Give us an event, 2 or 3 events more, right? So we can assess to say, well, that's not standard. This is just life. It's just a phase we're going through all together. You know, it will be better. Why don't you do this instead, and things will feel better right now while you're waiting for the better time, right? Or you're just hearing somebody's story and you interpret it as yours. It is not your story. You need to get down to the bottom of your own story, okay? Get down to the bottom of that is the principle. You need to get down to the bottom of why you feel the way you feel, and then maybe you can create a lasting solution. Okay. So for me personally, with this big question, I am kind of stuck at can you elaborate on what you mean by low and high standard? Yeah, that part. Esther Alpha, how you there? What do you mean by low standard? Anyway, before we leave today, let me go ahead and share with you again. We are heavily promoting this right now. AI plus digital marketing. It's a free workshop. You also get a free book. Okay, free workshop, free book. You can join the WhatsApp group already at digitalmarketingcertified.com. Okay, it's a free workshop coming up. We're gonna set the date very soon. We're gonna work a date that works for every one of us. Okay, it's a free workshop. Let's get everybody in there. If you're open to a side gig, if you're open, you want to switch careers, 6-figure W2 career, 7-figure 1099 opportunities. The opportunities are endless. $1,000 scholarships if you're coming through this group, because once you put it into the public, then everything changes, right? A resume workshop, interview prep, unlimited mentorship, continuity plan, also hands-on projects. It's hands-on. I'm not just teaching a bunch of theory, okay? Like I said, unlimited mentorship, okay? So coming through, come check it out if it's something you're interested in. I think it's still open right now, digitalmarketingcertified.com. This generation, but Patrick said, this generation see relationship as calculus. For example, women sleep on certain side of the bed. You have to place the toilet seat down. You can't change that. Make una enlighten me, but Patrick. I'm feeling the other day. That's you came late. How far? Not to. How you did? Good to see you. All right, so we're rounding up. That's it for today. I think we covered like 6 stories. Thank you so much for everyone who came by. Do me a favor. All right, we're about 16 people tops here today. That's fantastic. But let's even do better. Grab the link to this video, share it out, share it. There's so many lessons today. We laughed a little bit too, but so many lessons today. So so this was actually a good number. Let's share it, and then hit the like button on your way out. Okay, subscribe. Make sure you turn on all your notifications, just to make sure you're notified when I drop stories, when I drop short videos, when I drop community postings and stuff like that. Go ahead and turn on all your notifications so you're notified, because I can't guarantee that I'll be able to get to the WhatsApp group. All right, hopefully you've been enlightened and educated. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.
Your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Make love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.